According to Zoom, we're live. Now let's just go see about YouTube.
Yeah, we're live.
Yay, we are live on YouTube. All right, well, I
Actually
really
sent me a notification this time.
did it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good deal. I want to go over and do a quick share to my Facebook page and let folks know we are live.
That's when the light shines through. Sharing it on New Light.
All right. Okay. I believe that's got it. I also want to share this in the Oracle group. See if we can't get Andrew's attention this evening. Okay. Okay. Well, trial and error, trial and error. You know how things go. We tried to do
Yeah.
a live on Facebook from New Light Streaming Love, and unfortunately, we couldn't do it, but hey, so we will be able to. It will just get everybody who's subscribed to New Light Streaming Love. And hey, it's almost 400 folks now.
Yeah.
I know,
We're
right?
one away from 400.
Yep, 399 as of just a moment ago. Y'all go head on over to facebook.com/New Light Streaming Love and give us a follow over there. Because we don't have 100 followers over there, they wouldn't let us go live. So unfortunately, we're back to YouTube. I mean, fortunately, but we wanted to go live on Facebook. So I got a cool story while we're waiting for folks to join us.
Okay.
This morning during my live, I was sharing with everyone that I had had a beautiful interaction over the weekend with a lady on Facebook Marketplace. And she had some cacao nibs up for sale. Two pounds, two 1 pound bags. Those are spendy items. And I just love using them in my homemade chocolate. And she only wanted $15 for the 2 bags, which is unheard of. That's not 1 pound bag of that is. Lisa bought some a while, like I don't know, last week before, paid $11 and something just for an 8 ounce bag, right?
Mm.
Well, she lived about an hour from here, and I was gonna take a Sunday drive, right, and just enjoy the day. But I don't know about you, but it was like walking through syrup for me yesterday. I could not force my body to move and do anything. And so I contacted her and I thanked her very kindly, but I said, please don't hold them for me. Sell them to somebody else. I know I won't be able to get out there next week either. And do you know she worked on it all day and she figured out how to make it so that I could get those and not come out of my way at all.
Mm,
Her son's girlfriend goes to college nearby and she agreed to meet me right near where I had to go today to take Lisa for some blood tests, right
mm-hmm.
next door. So it was not out of my way at all. And I was telling that story while I was doing my live this morning, and that little girl who was meeting me texted me in the middle of the live, and I even told everybody that. I got down there and it makes me want to cry. She handed me those and would not take the money.
Mm,
And I said, wait, well, no, wait a minute. She said, no, it's our gift to you. And I said, well, at least you take some gas money because, let me at least give you a little something for gas. No, she would not take any money at all. These folks, I'm sorry, I lost it right there in the parking lot. And I asked her, I said, can I hug you? She said, oh, yeah, I'm a hugger. It's just interactions like that. There's more and more and more of them. I feel like that's a magnetic resonance thing.
yeah.
And I recognize that more and more. It just was such a sweet gesture on all of their parts, and it was such a beautiful interaction. And when I got home, I texted her and I said, you guys are just so sweet and so kind. And you know what
Mm-hmm.
that lady said to me? She said, I told her, I said, well, if you ever need an ear, you ever need an oracle reading, a Reiki session, anything, you just let me know. Well, first of all, before I said that to her, she said, I have a feeling our journey isn't over yet. Because I told her, I said, you just restored my faith in humanity, honestly. I mean, come on. There's a lot of interactions on Facebook Marketplace that end up not so nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, it was just so beautiful. And so I had to share that with you guys, especially since I did my live this morning and I shared about it there. And then to have that interaction, it just was so delicious. So,
Yes.
and I'm doing a soul reading for her because when I went back, I listed off all the things I can do, and I said, please just let me know. I'll be at your service. And she said, "Oh, I think
Sweet.
I'd like to have a soul reading, maybe." So I told her what I need from her, and so I'm going to do that for her. And I'm just that's the kind of stuff that makes me. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Anne's journey said, "What a beautiful story." Yes, it was
Absolutely.
a very beautiful interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, welcome, Sands Journey. I'm so glad that you're here. Don't I know Sands Journey? Why does that sound so familiar to me?
I feel like
You,
she
she's
showed
been,
up even when conscious conversation was a
I think
thing.
so. I think you're right. I
Mm-hmm.
think you're right. You're a follower from those days, right? Sands Journey. I
I
believe
feel like
that's
I've heard her
correct.
name quite a good bit back then.
Yeah, me too. But it's been a while.
Mhm.
So I hope you've had a wonderful day, my dear.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Don't get me started.
Oh
Don't get me
no.
started.
Well, I did see, let me just say,
I,
and
I
I
can't
actually,
follow that beautiful story with my
ah,
chaos.
okay, I gotcha. I did save something that I wanted to share with everybody. Actually, because now where would it be? Here we go. Um, I saw this just a few minutes before we came live. According to Diego Berman, PhD, we have a solar storm surge. It says, riding the cosmic waves of transformation ahead of the eclipse corridor. And he wrote this today. And this morning in my reading, uh, this elemental energies deck, we got tempestuous transformation. Right? And that's what he talks about here. He's saying that there's some the active solar region as it turns towards Earth, our planet is bracing for a surge of energies that can ignite a wildfire of emotions, thoughts, and physical sensations this last week of the month. Energy sensitive individuals may find themselves on a roller coaster ride of feelings from euphoria to overwhelm as the solar winds whip up a cosmic storm.
Mm.
So, yeah, and I mean it's a pretty lengthy article there, and I had a nudge to record it. I just didn't have time yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, so everybody knows the deal. As a matter of fact, I did. Let me go over here and put this in our chat and pin it to the top. How we do this. If you're new here, what we do is we're going to pull cards. You tell us you want a card. Your name goes on the list. We'll call your name. We'll make sure you're still here. We feel into your energy field and start giving you what we get. Pull a card for you. And we're including a PayPal link for Crystal because, you know, as we've shared before, she's a single mom and she has now been put out of work another 9 weeks, so she's not able to go back to her job. So every little bit helps. So if you can, it's not required in order to get a card. So please don't think that. And did I pin that to the top though? I don't know if I did. Let me make sure I did that. No, I didn't. There, I did now. So do let us know if you want a card. And we'll do that. And don't forget to go over to New Light Streaming Love Facebook page, y'all, and give us a follow over there. You did put that in the comments, didn't you?
Yeah.
I saw you. Okay, great. Yay. Okay. So we only have 3 folks and nobody's asking for a card. Don't everybody, you know, be so shy all at once.
Okay. Go ahead and pull me one.
Oh, you would say that. I just
Yeah.
pulled this
Yeah.
one.
Do the whole shebang. Fill in to me.
Oh, do you want me to do that? I will.
Yeah.
This was going to
Yeah.
be
Do
for
the
the
whole thing.
energy. And I was just going to remark on it because it came flying out. Winds of change. I mean, solar cosmic storm. Embrace the ever shifting energies of the air, inviting change and fresh perspectives into your life. So, and that actually goes for all of us in the room, of course. You know how I feel about it.
Mhm.
We're all interconnected. And so, okay, I'll step into your field then. Now, I've been having some pain off and on in my thumb area here. But the minute I stepped into your field, I was feeling something further up my right forearm. Now that could be an extension of that, so I'm not certain, but it's not where it normally is, right here in this area.
Yeah.
So,
It
so
could
that
be me. I got some nerve issues going on with my right arm. And sometimes
oh
I'll feel it go from my neck. It'll hit, kind of ping right here like a jolt. It'll come down to my elbow and it'll shoot across to my thumb bone right
oh
here.
okay, all right, all right. Well, and so it that did like I said, it's a different area than what I normally feel. So maybe that is what I was picking up on you. And of course, now I also feel like I'm having a little drainage in the back of my throat now. So I want to say this because I think it applies to more than just you. And it could be because of what I'm surrounded with here in this household, but I think it has to do with the entire planet. I think there's some purging going on, purging of emotions, purging of, you know, things, purging of toxins. I mean, that's certainly what's happening in this household. And yeah, so say what?
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay, that's interesting. All right, so who wants to come out and play for Crystal with Crystal? Hmm. I'm trying to determine whom I'm hearing. Is it this one? I'm getting two cards actually, Crystal. I'm getting the surrender deck and I'm getting the journey of love for you.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh, that one came flying out right away. Card 22. At first, when I saw that, I was like, that is not card 32. But no, it's not. It's 22. Loving all that is. I want to see what's, because boy, the surrender deck is really yelling too. And I feel a little dizzy at the moment. Now, this happened this morning too to me when I was tuning in for the reading I did this morning. It was a really interesting sensation that started going down the right side of my head. But it really made me very dizzy. This is a little bit different. It's not the same as that was. Okay, so I know that you've been doing that repattern, that recoding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. And this may be because I was sensing that you had some frustration that because you said don't get you started,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, and so what this may be is just grandmotherly advice rather than intuitive, but I don't know. I sense that and it really applies to me as well. And that is to don't forget that we we don't know the machinations that have to be done to rearrange different things to get things to where they need to be specifically for that repatterning, that recoding that you've got
Right.
going on, right? And rather than get upset with myself about that whole thing of not being able to go and do that yesterday, I just released it immediately and look at the beautiful story that came about. And I feel like um, the old me wouldn't have been able to see that, well, it just wasn't for me in that moment to do and, just let it go. I would have been either mad with myself or whatever. I had several beautiful interactions yesterday, including one with my kid, you know, and so, and how things for me wasn't all that great with him the week before.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, loving all that is, you wise awakening being. You can love all that is. You can love your tears and your sadness, for they are a testament to your open heart. You can love your numbness and fatigue, for they show that you have worked hard and are now in need of rest. You can love your energy and passion even when you are so far ahead of the pack, you have to wait a while for everyone else to catch up. Maybe a day, maybe a decade or so, because you choose not to curb your enthusiasm for anyone. You can love your anger because underneath its fire is a desire for respect. And you can love your peacefulness because within your heart, you really don't care much for fighting sometimes. If there is something that is shaming you, worrying you, challenging you, it's okay to just love it. It will make sense when it needs to. Until then, just love it, even when it hurts, for it's part of your own divine nature awakening. It may just be like a painful cramp happening because it's been curled up for too long. This oracle brings you a sweet message. You are just asked to love. Everything else will take care of itself. A state of being, allowing, receiving, becoming one with all that is. Wow, that's really kind of the grandmotherly advice I was giving you, only it came in the
Yeah.
card.
Very hard to do
Wow.
in the midst of it, though.
Right. Right. It doesn't,
It's
and
like,
it's okay. I've allowed myself to be frustrated when I'm frustrated because if
yeah,
there's nothing worse than somebody telling you to not be frustrated
yeah,
when you're frustrated.
right. I'm not even frustrated. I'm just like, really? Really?
Yeah, it's like, why do we have to do this again?
Again.
Right? No, I feel it. I feel you. Okay, come on, y'all. There's 6 people in this room. Ain't nobody want a card. What is giving with y'all? Y'all are killing me up in here. What's this about?
Oh,
Okay, so you
I don't know.
you you read
I
into
still
me
see
now.
keep showing up though, so that's
That's right.
something.
That's right. That's right. And I love all of y'all for it too. If you don't want a card and you just want to watch us, that's fine by me. Go right ahead.
Look, if y'all don't get a card, I'm gonna start airing my frustrations out now.
Oh, they might want that. So,
Need some drama up in here.
oh, some drama, huh? Well, hey, if you want to,
Uh,
is hey, bring it
It was
on.
enough
We can
drama for
handle it.
me. Enough drama for me earlier.
Mm, okay. Well, that
Just a
explains.
crazy, ridiculous story all in its own.
Oh,
I'll go ahead and air it out because
all
it's
right.
gonna bug me until I do. because
Okay,
I've
air it
already
out,
been
girl.
going on about it.
Go on, bring it on, bring it on. So we
So,
had this the other day with you, I believe, and you felt a whole lot better after you got it out.
yeah, yeah, just go ahead and vent. This is completely separate though. This is kind of been going on since January, obviously. I had the car wreck in January.
Ah,
Went and bought the other car, right?
right.
Probably hadn't even drove it since January. I probably have not drove this car more than literally like 30 days because when I got it, I had to go in the shop. Had to go in the shop. Yeah, the guy that I bought it from handled that, but his mechanics obviously ripped him off because they didn't fix the issue. About that time, I'm going into surgery for my spine surgery. Of course, I didn't drive for 6 weeks after that. The first day that I drove, the car broke down because I was like, yeah, I'm going to take the kids, get out of the house, go to the park, have a good day. The car breaks down. Okay. Send it to a different mechanic. So that was 4 grand for the car. Never got fixed. Got sent to another mechanic like what 2 weeks ago. $700 more out of pocket. And I drove it to the house and then Brittany's drove it twice, like 2 minutes up the road to the store. Cause I'm like, we got to drive it to make sure it's good. Well, today, beautiful day, and I'm like, hey, Quinley, let's go to the thrift store. Let's just go rummage around and see what's there. It's not that far from the house. And I'd be danged on the way home if I wasn't sitting on the side of the road again. Again, after paying $700 to get the thing fixed. And then there I was again. I'm so fed up with that thing, with the whole process. And
Is
the
it the
first
same?
time it happened, after the second 6 weeks, I was like, I could have gotten down the road and because I still can't turn my neck very well to this side. So I ain't got no business driving. And I was like, that's probably what it's showing me, or even I could have got down the road and something could have happened before we even made it home. I can see the beauty in that. I can see the grace in that, right? And I mean, even today, sure, I'm going to be able to look at it that way, but that don't mean it ain't frustrating. That don't mean it ain't like, what the,
Right, right.
like,
Wow. Is it the same
so
issue?
yeah,
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
like it'll just be driving and then all of a sudden it'll just like not go, like, and I was pulling to go to a turn to take the back roads home that have less like twists and turns, and I went to go turn left and I had just enough like gas, I had given it just enough for me to coast into a store that was right there. And it was like on a hill. So even me fooling with it was like, the road is right here. Um, so that was a whole thing. And so it's sitting there at the gas station store. So like, what the world? That's
Oh
great.
my. And it's probably, I don't know, does South Carolina have a lemon law? Because it seems to me like,
I don't think so.
oh my man. Well, I don't know. That
Just
just don't sound
a
right.
whole
I,
bunch of wasted money, time, and frustration. I've hardly even drove it at all. So it's just crazy all the way around. I told my
no.
sister, I told my sister, y'all are going to be like, oh my gosh, this is the drama part. I was like, I'm going to go to the church that he goes to. And when they say, anybody got any prayer requests, I'm going to say, I do. I'm gonna tell y'all a story about a single mama that's been out of work, just had spine surgery. I'm gonna tell my whole story. And I valued this nice Christian man that said he was selling me a good car. I'm gonna be eyeballing him the whole time.
I don't blame you. Listen, hey, listen. And if I have, listen, maybe I need to come down and go to church with you. Because I ain't shame. I get up there and talk.
Matter of fact, give me that microphone. Let me preach on something real quick.
There you go. I'm sorry, but Well,
It's crazy.
my goodness, that is something else.
It really is.
Wow.
It really, really is.
So, well, I guess two folks didn't like to hear about the car, but ain't nobody, still nobody asking for a
Girl.
card. Y'all are killing me up in here. Let's see, what else can. Oh, I know. I was going to have you read into me.
Okay. We'll see how well that goes. Cause I feel like you gotta meet the energetic in the middle. And to do that, it has to raise. At least that's the way I think about it. So the first thing I notice is like a blue color. Could be like the aura in itself, but it's almost like it's just right here. Like is this energy like being pushed out?
That's interesting.
Don't know what it means yet. But we'll see what else comes. I'm seeing the word wish in like I think that's a movie, like the Disney movie. It's kind of written like, how it does like that. It does the heart and cursive and these gold letters. I'm pretty sure on that particular movie, that's how they write it. I feel like internally there's like a ticking feel, like a clock inside. That's really interesting because it's not like something I'm hearing out here. It's like a feeling. Have you ever heard of like a grandfather clock chime and you can feel it resonate in your body?
Yep.
Like that's kind of what it feels like.
Hmm.
So like I gotta sneeze. So what does that even mean? Like the blue energy just coming from the head area. That could be like, a sense of calm, peace. It could be like an intensity to like speak, express. And that's kind of gathered there. I feel like it's more like a mental thing with that. You know, really, if I had to like take this as symbolism and put it into a message, it would really feel like speaking your wishes, like tick tock, like the clock's ticking, um, expressing your wishes, speaking your truth, those sorts of things, but like not just to be like speaking to someone, but like to yourself, like bringing those out. Because it's almost like that blue energy kind of wants to move through. It like wants to come through the crown and out through the throat chakra.
That's really interesting,
And that
especially. Go ahead. I'm
that
sorry.
internal pulse or that internal chime I'm hearing, it could symbolize like it's time, it's time to speak your wishes. It's time to speak about those things. I wonder what that movie's about. I've never even watched like a trailer or anything of it. So I don't even know what that's about, but I know it is the way they write that title for that particular movie. So I wonder if like the what that movie is about has anything to do with the message too.
Has anybody in the chat, have you guys ever seen that movie, or do you know anything about it? You can be sure I'm gonna be looking into that
Yeah, for real.
soon as we get off of here. I'm gonna go launch the
Well,
Disney Channel.
no, the title's not the same. This one is a capital WISH. The way it's written is very specific. It's in gold and it has like a heart over the eye and it's kind of script looking. So I don't know like what that would be specifically, but it felt like it was a movie. So maybe
Okay.
there's a different movie like that.
Okay. Well, I wanted to say that it was kind of interesting the way you're speaking about that and the way that you're speaking, because the minute you started talking about that, I was shown how I was feeling this morning with that energy that was coming in through, and I even said through the crown of my head, and it was very specific, and I could feel it coming in and moving down the right portion of my skull and into my neck area. But I didn't feel it after that, and it was making me a little dizzy. And I felt as though that there was something specific about it, but I couldn't really get
Hmm.
anything other than that.
So that might relate to this. So the plot of the movie, this movie itself, it says, having studied sorcery, Magnifico is able to grant the greatest desires of his subjects, but they have to give up the memory of their wishes to be sealed away and protected by the king until he can grant them. Once a month at a ceremonial event, Magnifico chooses one wish to be granted. And
Huh.
so it goes into the girl that wishes upon a star, and the star descends from the sky in the form of a ball of light.
And it is a
So,
Disney
anyways, I
movie.
think the message there is like, speaking your wishes out loud, even if just to yourself.
Right. And not forgetting them and locking them away somewhere. That's the other thing that it would
Yeah.
seem.
Yes.
Yeah. Because don't we tend to do that,
Oh, yeah.
you know? Well, and I've said before that one of the largest reasons I started this whole Megillah here and, moving to get to know myself and the truth of who we are and what we are. And through all of that, I discovered quite by accident that my voice, while yes, it does activate some and help some folks understand things a little bit better, that's been made clear to me, but it does that for me too. And then
Mm-hmm.
lo and behold, I'm watching a Tucker Carlson interview with a professor, and they are talking specifically about writers and speakers and how you really don't uh, absorb it until you can speak on it. Even with the writing,
Yeah.
it once you speak on it through your own self.
Yeah.
So that was just this morning I heard that. So that's very interesting too.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can attest to that from personal experience. Like I can sit there and get into a state and write the most fabulous pieces, but once that's done and over with, unless I do a recording to talk about it, then isn't embedded, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I happened to notice that you did a new blog post on knewlightstreaminglove. For those of you who are unaware, Crystal does write beautifully, and you have to. Um, I know some of you became aware of it because I did a recording of it, but go to our website, knewlightstreaminglove, and sign up to be notified when Crystal posts her blog posts. And I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I just saw it when I was on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Um, but I have a feeling that's going to be a beautiful piece as well. So since nobody's asking for a card still, God, you guys are killing me.
Well, it's funny too because it was about showing up for yourself. That's exactly what it was about. And even with everything that happened today, like, even through like, obviously I cried just in frustration, but like, even through that and all of the, I'm still here. Like, I'm still showing up for me, for what we're trying to build and things like that. Like, I'm still showing up. And so I literally just wrote about that this morning.
Wow.
And I was talking about how, sometimes it feels like tests that present themselves to kind of ask, like, are you sure you're going to do this? Are you sure, to see if there's kind of that, walk with the talk. We can talk about it all day, but is there that follow through? Is this really truly what you want to align to?
Right.
And so proud of me for being here.
Me
I'm
too.
personally proud of me for being here. So,
Yeah, me too.
you know,
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, thank you for feeling into me. Did you want to pull a
Yeah,
card for me?
sure.
Yeah, I'll take a card since nobody else is.
They might be like listening and washing dishes. I've done that a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
Well,
okay. I don't really think this is about like, I really honestly think because I'm the one that's been asking you. And so again, it's still that complex. Let me see if you're really going to do it, And there's like, I can say this, like back in the day, there was a lot of resistance and nervousness and stuff like that when it came to sitting down and turning on the camera and especially going live, even sometimes just doing recordings. So I'm the one that's been asking you, and even with everything that happens, and like even the last time we did this, there was a couple of things that was happening that day, and I still showed up. So I honestly don't think this is like about, and I would love for it to be. I would love for you guys to get readings, and I would love to sit here and have fun doing readings and stuff like that. But I don't honestly think that this is what this is about. Me reaching out to you and saying, "Hey, you want to try to go live this evening?" Because I've done set it up to where a bunch of chaos is going to happen, and I'm going to test myself and see if I'm going to come sit in this chair and actually do what I said I'm going to do.
right,
So
right. Well, but I love that that you can recognize that that's what this is,
yeah,
rather than, just get frustrated and
give in, give up.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that is typically something that I would do, but
Yeah, and I
I made
wanted
a
to
commitment to myself to start showing up for me because how in the world is anybody else going to show up for me or show up for us or show up for this channel if we're not showing up? If I'm not showing up for me, why would I expect anybody else to?
exactly, exactly. And that's the way it goes, y'all. And I really know that now with all of me, that that is the way it works. I'm going to copy this link and put it in the show more or in the chat here. This, what I'm going to put in here now, y'all, is Crystal's whatnot link. Um,
The magician. It's funny. The Three of Swords came out first. I was like, no, good and well, that ain't her energy. This is what we're talking about. But I do feel like this is exactly what we're talking about through all the hurts and the pains and the frustration and the chaos and all of that. You got to learn how to alchemize those situations turn it into what you want it to be. Like, we're the magicians. You're the
Right.
magician. I'm the magician. I do think the magician was actually for you. But like knowing that you have the tools and you're capable to do whatever it is that you're trying to do, but you literally just got to keep showing up to that table and using what you got. You
Right.
got to keep using the magic that you are.
Yep.
Um,
Absolutely.
Lisa said she wants a card.
Oh, yay. I did not even see that, Lisa.
Did you were you here for my whole rant?
Yeah. Did you catch Crystal's rant, Lisa? So I wanted to tell everybody that link that I put in there for Whatnot is it is an auction site, isn't that right?
Yeah.
You can go there and join Crystal, and you're going to make announcements when you do that, right? You're going to make an announcement
So
on your Facebook page. How does that work?
how it goes over there is I have shows lined up with certain times and you can bookmark them. So it's kind of like turning on the notification bell here. So when you bookmark it, and it'll send you a notification to your phone saying I'm live
Oh,
for that
okay,
particular
awesome.
show. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So go to click on that link and check it out. I've not done that yet, but I want to do that. I want to catch you live sometime and do that.
See, again, you have the magician card out of this deck coming in as well.
Oh
And
my
this one
goodness.
says, this one says you have everything you need to do anything you want. So yeah, that magician was meant for you because they came out again.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna step into your well, I don't know. It's really unfair. I'm going to be quiet and let you step into her field and all that because I live in the same house with Lisa. I am going to pull a card for her. Um, but I want you to step into her field and feel into her first.
Okay. So I've noticed I keep being drawn to like the heart center. Not only was I sitting here patting, and then I was like, why are you doing that? Um, but it's like a magnet, like something's wanting to draw me into the heart center. Something's wanting to connect there. Like I'm paying attention to my body movements as well, because there's something like very magnetic about this energy. It also feels um like a coil around um what would you call that? Like the where your bra strap would typically sit, like a coil around that. It's almost like a squeezing sensation right there. But it seems to be tied to something because I'm seeing like the strand around. And it really feels like something keeps trying to pull me into it. I feel like two pressure points within the head as well. Almost, can y'all see? Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's almost like at an angle, and there's a lot of pressure right there. And when I'm asking, like, what does Lisa need to know? I just keep hearing the word heart, 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 heart. And it's almost like the word heart is wanting to go into a beat of the heart. That's really interesting because it almost feels like um everything, like I know my head wasn't going down, but it's almost like every part of my body wants to be drawn to the heart space. Like it's almost like folding inward. And it doesn't seem like the cliche of like, go within the heart space. That's not what it feels like. It really feels like a folding type of inward sensation. And I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, but there's a reference to like gravitating to. And I was just shown too, doesn't your the artwork that I did for you about what is it called? Messages from the universe or something. And I'm seeing like, wasn't there like a heart or something on that with wings? It was an envelope with the heart on it with the wings. Hold on, am I being shown that that there's a pull to look at that again, or to maybe not put pure focus on it, but is there some sort of a because I'm feeling the string, the attach to that, like your heart's desiring something, or it might not even be that, just a goal, some sort of goal in itself, something that you maybe picking back up again, that your heart could be tugging to or attached to, and it's like you're really like wanting to gravitate towards that. And I feel like because there was that like folding in type sensation, not necessarily like going within the heart space, but a folding in is almost like um revisiting a certain idea, revisiting what's truly held in the heart, revisiting what it is you're truly feeling, or what you feel magnetized, or that they said the word gravitate, what you are gravitating towards. And of course, I hear like, I feel like this is for me. Let me know if like that makes sense to you, because I'm hearing music and seeing musical notes, and sometimes for me, that's a message like finally you got it, ding 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 type of feel. Um, so yeah, let me know.
Wow.
I'm actively pulling all of me back into me. I have been keeping old scripts alive with my energy. I wonder if that has anything to do with the envelope. And I'm calling my energy back home, and I'm asking it to serve my soul and source. Okay.
I want
So is there
to
something?
I wanted to tell
Uh,
you that yes, you were the artwork that you did for her does have, as a matter of fact, I wanted to show it to you. Um, hang on a second, I'm going to share the screen. There it is right there. Love letters
yeah,
from
that's what
the
I was seeing.
universe. Yep. So I wanted to show you that because yes, indeed, I saw that.
Yeah. There just seems to be a message in this about what you're being pulled to or magnetized to, like from the center of your heart space. And I feel like it's something that you're revisiting, whether it was something you had an idea about before, or you even took a couple of steps in and kind of dabbled with it. It's almost like it's cycling back around, but it never really left like that. I can't help but get over that sensation around um that area, to where it's like it's attached, like it's from you. not attached in a negative sense. Cause I know sometimes some people can be like, hey, yeah, attachment. No, but it's you. Like that's your heart, that's your soul, that's what that. So I would say revisit what's truly in the heart space, revisit what it is that you are pulled to, what you gravitate to, what you're magnetized to. The feeling is still very much there. Even if you've been feeling like you don't have any feelings towards, because I know sometimes we can kind of get in kind of a funk to where, nothing feels good anymore. Even the same songs you used to love to get up and dance to doesn't really do it for you anymore. So I know that we can kind of go through these ups and downs, these highs and lows with the things that we are drawn to. But with that almost lasso type of feel with um, it's there. That's going to come back around is what I'm feeling.
She said, yes, I'm rerouting my energy through the eternal blue flame of source lattice. I feel that my soul is asking me to come into coherence with my soul mission.
Yeah. Heart and soul.
Yep. Well, and Lisa, you just say yes or no for me about this, but the minute Crystal started describing that around the middle, I saw the I saw your castor oil pack because she's been using a castor oil pack every night, and it actually goes all around.
Oh, really?
It's a whole apparatus that
Well,
that
see, this was like a gold cord. Like you could see the weavings, and it was like coming from out here, just in a space, and it kind of lassoed around right here. And I could feel it kind of,
oh, that's really interesting. She said,
yeah,
I can feel it coming to me. I've been chasing it. I've been asked to sit still and quiet and see what I attract. What shows up will show me my way. Well,
yeah. That
I
must be that
pulled,
magnetism that I'm feeling.
right,
Because it's almost like if you're centered and ready and have your heart space open for that, it's going to create a magnetizing, it's going to latch latch on to what it is, and it's going
right.
to reveal itself. But I do feel that's going to be something that comes back around, because I do feel like you have visited even the idea of what this, the soul mission or whatever the purpose could be. I feel like it's something, because I keep getting that sensation of like something cycling back around. And maybe the idea came up before and you just didn't act on it at that time. Maybe it wasn't the right time for you. But this time it's coming back around and you can latch onto it.
Well, and I got card number 17, the eye of the needle.
Hmm.
And it's keywords there: intentionality, clarity, positive outcomes. If you look through the eye of a needle, what do you see? Summon the experience of being so singularly focused on the task ahead that it becomes natural to remove everything that is superfluous, every distraction, every non essential, so you succeed. What is, in this case, the definition of success? In order for the threading of the needle to happen, everything not in alignment with your goal needs to go. This is the only way you'll get what you need: shrewd discernment, willingness to winnow down the needle thread connection to its essence. The eye of the needle looks so tiny. Once your intention threads through it, a vast opportunity is presented on the other side. The needle can mend, can sew things together to make something meaningful and new. You're experiencing success right now. Stay true to your desires, to the work you need to accomplish, so you are laser focused on the experience of creating and manifesting. The outcome is assured by divine forces. And being that it's card number 17, that's an 8 numerologically, which is really not just about manifestation, but also materialization. And boy, that is a
Hmm.
heck of a card actually, because I really see the multidimensionality of that in a
Yeah.
lot of ways. And it actually goes quite beautifully with what you were speaking on there, Crystal.
Yeah.
I feel as though, yeah.
I pulled the Empress card and I noticed how, her hand is kind of like right here as well. So
Well,
to
from
me, this
here, it
is
looks
like,
like a golden energy as well there. That was really interesting.
well, there is a lot of gold energy in this with the wheat.
Yeah.
She's sitting with the grass. I don't know if it's technically wheat, but definitely the colors in itself has a very gold tone to it.
She said, yes, Crystal, it is something I've always known since childhood. I've been trying to make it happen. Now I just be and let it find me. The stillness is the attraction point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I
And
love
that's
that.
exactly what she's doing. She knows something's coming. Obviously, she's pregnant with something. She's going to birth something. Doesn't necessarily have to be a baby when we're talking about the Empress energy, but something's coming into creation.
Well, with what the two of you in particular are moving through, because I see what you and Lisa are moving through is very similar and yet also very different. Um, because and it can be very frustrating for both of you, for the different reasons and for the same reasons. You have to, it's a forcing to be still and um I don't know, there's that thing about that divine timing and what we were talking about before about how the different machinations of the universe, we don't know what all has to be moved around for everything to come out the way that it's desired to come out. He said, thank you so much, ladies. I love you so much. Oh, I'm birthing a whole new me. Yes, you are.
Yep.
Well, we all are, aren't we? I think everybody,
I
even
think in
even
every
those,
moment we are.
everybody is. That's really what's up at the moment on the planet, if you ask me. Everyone is moving through different things, and yet it's also the same thing. Depending on how you're looking at it, your own perspective of it, it's still very much the same thing. It's just everybody's moving through it in differing ways. I mean, even those who don't, who we think are not, they are. And even if they don't know it, they are. I think that's just my take on it, on the whole. Um, it's very interesting to me because Lisa and I were tuning in to the newest uh, interview between Michael Sala and George Kavasilis. It was just released earlier today. And George said some really very interesting and yet they're profound and they're true, I feel. That all the beings who set all of this up, we've talked about this before on Conscious Conversation Central. We could be all kind of ticked off at the beings that are in control and all of that sort of thing, but they are all here now on the planet, incarnate. Some of them know who they are or suspect that they are those that set all of this up and participated. I'm aware that I'm one of those beings. Who exactly? I don't know. And I don't even think it matters. But to right the ship to change the course, to close down the way things were, because we've explored all the way into separation as far as we could go now. And it's time to put that game away and begin something new and different. And whether we know it or not, or are actively moving towards it or not, I think everybody on the planet is doing it. I heard my words come out of George Kavasilis's mouth just moments before we stopped watching it. My, for all of 2023, I was being told to relax into myself. And I heard him say that very same thing. We have to learn to relax into ourselves and trust that larger portion of us that's actually running the show. Even things that look like they're mistakes, we can label them whatever we want to, but there is a larger, more expansive us that's actually running the show. I feel that with all of me now. I'm just a little bit more awake and hip to it now. And if I would just continue to relax into myself and allow my soul to drive the vehicle more and more and more, it might go a little easier on me, you know. But it will happen no matter what. DG Walker, so good to see you. She would like to have a card. Yes, we have time. Absolutely.
Sad journey had asked.
Oh, what? She did?
Oh, back up, yeah.
Oh, Sam's Journey is first. Okay, DG, I did not see that she had asked for a card, or I would have put her name down. So yes, but DG, you're next, right after Sam's Journey. So okay. All right, Sam's Journey, I'm going to step into your field now, and Crystal will do the same.
Why am I seeing sandcastles?
That's lovely. I feel very buoyant and sort of dizzy. So it was kind of interesting to me. You said sandcastles. I'm getting that buoyant fish bobber thing that I usually get, which tells me that your field is actually not, there's, very calm at the moment. A little dizzy, so there's that buoyancy again, but now I want to rock, so
I'm literally just seeing a sandcastle. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Does that mean something to you personally? Sandcastles. Let me think of the symbology around this. If I were to bring this into a message for you, it would probably be something like sandcastles. They are really fun to build, right? We can get into our inner child play while building a sandcastle. We can sit and absorb and observe and be in the moment and in the experience of all the elements and all the good, things around us at the beach and sand, the sun shining, maybe there's a breeze, really nice energy around that, right? And so we're building something, but obviously a sandcastle is not something that's going to stay there, right? It's fun in the moment. It's a way to bring in that frequency of joy. It's a way to tap into the inner child. It's a way to play. Is there something that you are building right now that it's almost like, let's play with this. Let's enjoy this. Let's tap into the inner child energy and have fun while you're doing it. Maybe it's not like a final destination type of thing to where the sand, the sandcastle in itself, it just, it might be there. Someone might walk by and squash it too. The water's going to take it away the next day, that sort of thing. It's just, it feels like allowing yourself to get into the experience and enjoy it for what it is now, not for, 2 years from now, but just enjoying what is right now and really opening up all of your senses to everything around you and all of the elements that I'm feeling come into play here to allow yourself to fully get grounded and absorb the actual experience that you're having. So I don't know if sandcastles mean something to you personally, but I feel like that's a really deep message about anything that you may embark on, allowing yourself to be in that present moment, allowing yourself to observe and feel all the good things around you, allowing yourself to play and have fun and tap into your inner child. That's what
Wow.
I got.
Well, I felt to pull two cards for sand, and the second deck that came out, I realized as you were saying, it's a child. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's solar empowerment. Well, where's sandcastles at? It's in the beach.
Hmm.
You're generally doing that in the sun. Absorb the empowering energy of the sun, charging your spirit with vitality and strength. And I mean, this loaded with all sorts of butterflies and whatnot there. And in the first card that actually I was nudged to pull was from the Fairies Oracle deck, and it's the Lady of the Harvest that came out. And card number 18. So that's a 9 numerologically, generally at the end of a cycle. Harvest is usually the end of a cycle. And let's see what we have here.
While you read that, I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, sure. End of a cycle. Lady of the Harvest, completion, grief, loss, harvest, release. After we have experienced the nurturing and fulfillment of the bright mother, Lady of the Harvest, also called the old woman or crone, helps us to let go of what is finished and liberate ourselves to move on to the next phase of our activities and relationships. As in the natural world, the old becomes compost for the new growth in our lives. The lady helps us to adapt to change and release. Often we associate the Lady of the Harvest with loss, regret, and grief, and often we are right to do so. The basic phases of grief are shock, denial, anger, guilt, emotional storm, acceptance, regaining of perspective, and the beginning of healing and the deepening of our capacity for love. The Lady of the Harvest understands grief and is patient and kind as we go through the sometimes painful process of letting go. We may well need to be patient and kind with ourselves. And because of what Crystal was saying about how, about the enjoying of it now, right? The sun shines, right? Allowing that little child that may feel this grief to realize that there's also new, right? That will inevitably show itself. We should note here that the grieving process is the same for little losses and large ones. Only the time scale and the intensity of the emotions vary, but they vary enormously. We might go through all the grieving stages of a small loss in a few minutes, while it may take years for a greater loss. On the other side of this letting go business, there are many things that make us lighter and happier when we release them. Traumas, tasks, or stages in our lives that we are glad to have finished. Unhappy relationships or feelings that cause us pain and inhibit our growth. And I maintain that I don't think there is anything like that that inhibits our growth. Um, like I said, I keep being shown for myself. And of course, everybody's mileage is absolutely going to vary on this. But I keep being shown for myself how no matter how or what way I think I have to label something, label it whatever I like, doesn't matter to my soul, apparently. Um, it all serves all of it. And so I do, as far as inhibiting growth, I don't see that being, might take a little bit longer. So I guess that's what inhibit means, but it's not, certainly not going to block it ultimately, or it wouldn't happen. Sometimes we simply comfortably finish with one aspect of our lives and move on to the next happily anticipated one. Such releases are cause for celebration, and the old woman joyfully celebrates with us. In this card, we see both the patient acceptance of loss and the joyful celebration of liberation. When we liberate something in ourselves or in the world, we grow to be more like the Lady of the Harvest, developing her capacities within us. It is time to accept change, to move on to the next phase. Power and strength in the present and the future come from releasing the past. This is a time of liberation. We might as well cooperate with it. It will happen whether we want it to or not. Release and liberation may be painful or joyful depending on the circumstances. Cry if you need to, be joyful if that is appropriate. But in either case, trust the process. Acknowledge what you feel and prepare to move on. But like I said, the fact that this solar empowerment came out right after it and that it is a child, that to me speaks to exactly what Crystal was saying about enjoying what is in the moment. Even like I had an experience where I was shown myself as a being that was traveling the universe, destroying planets. And there was a horror and a beauty all at the same time that I was feeling. It was so interesting to experience that way. San said, I do need that for sure. Bit lost, burnt out stuff, type stuff, but I'm getting ready to build miniature rooms with my daughter using strong cardboard boxes. Oh, that sounds lovely. You will have to absolutely send some pictures. I don't know if we're friends on Facebook or not, but you can always email them to me at consciousconversationcentral.com. Oh, I would love to see what you guys are doing. That sounds beautiful and lovely. And I know Crystal will be right back, and I know she's got something for you there too, a card, but there is some powerful change I feel coming for all of us, in varying and different ways. Um, I'm really excited to hear about these rooms that you're going to be doing with your daughter. That sounds beautiful. So Crystal must have had, she's got children at home. So she must have had to go take care of some business there with the kids. Um, I feel as though there's okay, so I'm just going to go on and say it. I thought maybe Crystal would pick this up around me because I thought it was something hanging around me. It feels like I keep feeling, and then this is the first time for me. So if there's nobody in the room that this would apply to, please forgive me. But I feel as though there is definitely somebody around me that is no longer on the planet in physical form. And I thought originally what I was feeling had to do with somebody that might have a message for me. I've never really done that before, so I'm not sure how to pull that in. When I first started feeling into your energy, San, I felt like two separate energies. And I don't know, when I was saying that I felt a calm and then also felt a rocking. So I'm still not clear as to what I was getting. Now I feel dizzy again. Okay, Crystal, you're up.
What am I doing?
Sand. You're doing Sand's energy.
I didn't pull a card. I did her energy. That was the
Oh,
sandcastle.
okay, that's right. You're
No.
gonna pull a card for her?
Yeah.
I just can't get over that solar empowerment card. It feels like it was directly a part of what you were saying about uh the childlike energy and enjoying the moment. Yeah.
So I got the Queen of Coins. So I'm going to relate this to the sandcastle as well because, the Queen of Coins seems to be someone that, like, they want all that life has to offer. And sometimes our minds can have a different view of what that actually is. And I feel like this also has a lot to do with sinking into the experience because if we were to stop for a moment and see and feel the expression of what's around us, then we're going to realize that we already have everything that we desire. And once you realize that, you're opening a gateway for so much more to come through. So I feel like the big message in what I was getting with the sandcastle and the Queen of Coins in itself is allowing yourself to get into that moment, to get into that focus of, oh, it's already here. So this is where I reel it in. This is where I open up to it. This is where I create from. This is where I change that experience and feel the sunlight and feel the breeze and feel the water brushing up against you and feel the sand between your fingertips. Funny, sand. Feel that within you. Feel that joy in every single moment because that is what's going to get you into this energetic of the Queen of Coins, the Queen of Pentacles, opening up to all those possibilities.
Yeah, I love that. I don't think you heard me read it, but San did say that she needs to do that for sure. A bit lost, burnout type stuff, but I'm getting ready to build miniature rooms with her daughter with using strong cardboard boxes.
Mhm.
I'm excited. I told her she
See,
has
that'll
to
be
show.
playful.
Yes, and I want to see pictures,
Yeah.
man. I think that'd be cool. Okay, Miss DG, did you stick around? Did you hang in there? Because if so, you are up, my dear. Give me the high sign. Let me know you're still in the room. Calling DG Walker. Did you stick around or did you have to go somewhere? Okay, good. She says she's still here. feel a rocking, but there's something pulling me over to the left. I don't know what that is.
I wouldn't be surprised if the high priestess card don't come out or some sort of energetic about that.
Oh yeah.
Because there's almost like a beckoning type of, of blah, 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 a beckoning type of sensation sort of feel here. Like something has been calling to you, beckoning to you. Um, it's almost like a weaving of the energy as well. And this could be your intuition at play, something calling you. You felt it. Like it's like, do you hear me? Do you hear this expression? Can you feel this? Can you sense this? And that's kind of the imagery I'm getting is like, you know, come, come here type of feel. So it feels very high priestess type of energy to me.
Listening to the magic. Well, I could swear, and correct me if I'm wrong, DG, we've had a conversation, you and I, in Zoom, haven't we? And I believe you're very intuitive in your own right, if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like it could be something that you're hearing, um, energetically. I'm seeing a visual of like someone, have you ever seen someone like knock water out of their ear? They kind of tilt their head and it's like water, you've been swimming, something, 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 and you're like getting something out of the ear. So I would take that as um like an are you listening type of feel. So is there something you've been intuitively picking up on that, you've heard it or sensed it or felt it? I really feel like this is a hearing type thing. Do you hear spirit? Do you hear your messages?
Oh, oh, okay. Been getting many messages. I wonder if that's for you then. See, I said when you weren't in here, Crystal, I thought maybe when I asked you to feel into my field, you would pick up some relative or something of mine around me. Because it's like I was feeling like someone who had left this planet has been hanging around since we started this, right? And I don't really get stuff like that. I never have in the past, anyway, right? And so I wonder,
Yeah, but I tend to like, even if I do sense something like that, because I'm not, um, I haven't taken the mediumship road. I tend to stay away from that.
well, see, I've never
So,
delved into it either, and I wouldn't even know how to begin to listen to anything like that.
I
But
mean, I've had spirit come through. There was a couple instances at the festivals I was attending to where spirit came through. And I just let the person know, hey, I'm not a practicing medium. Um, but I do give what I get in circumstances. But, you know, I'm just not attuned to that when I'm doing readings
right,
because
well,
that's not my intention. So,
that's what I was
and I
saying.
mean,
I
it
could
could
just
be like, are you listening? Because I've been getting visuals. I've been working with my visual skill tonight. I can clearly see that
right.
versus hearing.
Well, and see, this is more of a feeling than anything else. I haven't seen anything, or and it's just so interesting because it came again uh really to the front after I had finished reading for San. So I don't know, but you know, if you've been getting messages, and she said sometimes I do, I wonder if there's someone trying to get in touch with you, DG. And I'm not a practicing medium at all. I've never ever done that at all. So I mean, I could feel my grandmother around me, and I felt my mom around me. I'm not a medium either, but I get energy and vision about people no longer in the body. Well, okay, so maybe that was something that was meant for you that I was getting, and I was nudged to have two cards from this same deck for you, and the second card wanted to be read first. It's the Woodwives card number 64, which is a one numerologically. Adaptability, strong roots, growth. Woodwives dance into your dreams as a reminder to be grounded no matter what life offers you. You need to know who you are, what you'll tolerate, and what you've learned to date, and what boundaries to set so you feel good about yourself. Life is going to offer you something extraordinary now. And in order to learn and receive its blessings, you must remember that being grounded gives you more freedom, not less. You have everything you need. You have all it takes to do this right now. If you, oh, wait a minute. And I was just shown the High Priestess card now myself in my
Hmm.
mind's eye as I'm reading this. So, wow, I think there's something big about that for you. Uh, if you also keep reminding yourself to be flexible, you will be amazed by how well things play out for you. Woodwives are both wisdom keepers and students of the new world, as these forest spirits have an uncanny ability to adapt to change, no, to changing circumstances, and always find the perfect way to grow and expand. They represent what you already know how to do. Learn, be in the beginner's mind. Let go of your rigid notions of how things, quote, should be, and be present with what is right now, unencumbered by your projections. Is there a storm brewing because things need to change? No worries. Nothing can uproot you now, and it will pass. If you will dance with nature and move with it all. Perhaps you're being given an opportunity to take a chance on something new, and you're not sure how far you can go without losing your footing. Have no fear, for when you remember your roots, your integrity, your authentic self, you can stretch yourself beyond the invisible line you drew. So go for it. You will be glad you did. The other card was the Dragon's Hoard. It was the card that came out first, but the minute I drew it, I knew I was to draw a second card. So numerologically, this is a 3, and I find it kind of interesting because the part of the key words here, it says it right on the bottom, is protecting the future. And this dragon is curled around an egg, but there's also keys dangling off the bottom of it here, which is very good. DG said, this is spot on, Sheila. I just booked a hotel by the beach and I'm setting a boundary. Oh my goodness, that's lovely.
Really just say that
DG just said
by
that.
the beach and setting of a boundary. Yeah, because the water references and I'm over here sniffing and I smell like not the beach, but chlorine, like a pool.
Oh,
You know
wow.
that you know that feeling that even the sensation, not just the smell, but when you get water up your nose.
Yeah. Oh my.
That's what I'm smelling over here.
Planning to go to meet my granddaughter. How lovely. Protecting the future, legacy, true riches. In the dragon's hoard, jewels and precious objects scatter the ground, while ancient scrolls inscribed with wisdom teachings lie within reach. This is a rich opportunity, and you can fill your satchel with treasures you like the best. Take the gifts offered you and dedicate them to the well being of all, beginning with your own. But beware, all that glitters is not gold. Select the precious treasures that will further your spiritual growth and avoid the shiny objects that are empty of real value. Know that the hoard does not belong to you, it belongs to our grandchildren. Oh my, she's going to meet her granddaughter. Oh my. What is the inheritance that you wish to leave for tomorrow? What seeds are you planting that you will harvest in your old age when you are weary? What seeds will bear fruit after you are no longer here? The dragon guards the legacy of the future. All who come empty handed or to fill only their own pockets with gold lie in a dusty heap of bones. You have been allowed entrance by virtue of your kindness or your spiritual practice or sheer luck. Consider as well that your present, this moment, is the future to the dragon. You may be the one we all have been waiting for, so do not hesitate to take what bequest has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. This is the time to be bold. Do not delay or overthink. Remember to bring an offering for the dragon, lest it believe you are its lunch. A simple prayer will do. Wow, that's really cool, DG. I'm excited to hear more about that. What card did you get for DG?
It's the Knight of Coins, but similar messages from what you just read. Um, it just feels like trying not to like envy the quick and the flashy. You know, their fires burn fast, while your steady hands build something that will endure. Like it's almost like slow down your breath and breathe this energy, this knowing that abundance has already been promised to you. Um, you said something about a seed, and then there was a message about the seed that you carry is sacred. You must nourish that. Um, there was like a discipline type of feel and like a patience type of feel, having faith in the process as well. It's almost like a quiet progress, you know, not rushing into anything. And I keep getting that sensation of like slowing down the breath as well, because that feeling of that chlorine kept coming up. And it was like I almost wanted to steady myself, ground the energy, slow down, not get sucked up into the rush of things. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So she said, I cannot express here how much this fits the situation I'm currently experiencing. And she's going to email more details. Well, I love that, DG. And you know, as always, if you ever want another catch up, just let me know. Justin Jones, hello. Well, we've been here almost 2 hours. Um, I really want to thank everybody for showing up. I chose the beach over the pool. I don't blame you. Why not? If you can do that, why not? That's grounding in that sand sounds lovely. Um, so in the chat, you guys will find the link to the to Crystal's whatnot. Go there and bookmark that. She's going to be going live over there and running auctions, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And
Yeah.
yeah, you need, when's your next one scheduled for?
Well, it was at 10 tonight, but I'm going to change that.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Okay. So when's the one, if you're not going to do it at 10, when's the next one?
Oh, mm, it looks like so. I just put a date. Like I don't know if that's going to be the certain date, but if you go there and follow me, then you'll see the shows that I have bookmarked.
Oh, okay.
And you can just click on them.
All right. Well, I'm going to go do that myself because I've not done that at all. So I'm going to, so go, so click on that and, and go and follow her. Well, thank you, Justin. Justin said, watch the video. Thank you for your time. I appreciate that. And follow her so you'll be notified when she does go live and do those auctions. Also, go over to New Light Streaming Love Facebook page and give us a follow so we can begin to do some lives over there as well. Also, go to the web page www.knewlightstreaming.love and check out all that Crystal has to offer there. Your support for her at this time would be very helpful. As you just heard now, on top of everything else, not being able to work, now her car is not running either. So every little bit will help. I did pin to the top of the comments there a way that you can express your appreciation and love and assistance, and any little bit that you can do would be so much appreciated. If you would like to schedule a time with me in exchange for a love offering for Crystal, that can absolutely happen as well. And just reach out to me at consciousconversationcentral@gmail.com. And that's all I can think of. How about you, girl? Anything?
Y'all go check out the website and see all the offers on there.
Oh,
Some really
yeah,
cool things up on there. Go check
I
out the
know.
blog and read some fantastic pieces. And if you are interested in a tarot reading, I do have a slide and pay scale on there. So I think my email readings are as low as $5. And then it slides depending on your situation. I'm trusting people to be honest with it. You know, I have a lot of integrity when I do my readings. And so I trust that the people are using that.
No, I don't blame
So
you.
go
That's
check that out.
that's a lovely way to do that. You are the actually the first reader I've ever seen do that. And I think that's lovely, Crystal. Especially given the situation that you're in personally,
Yeah.
you know. So,
Yeah.
all
Well,
right,
good thing I haven't sunk into any sort of fear frequency about it. So, I mean,
right. That's right.
I
And
know
there's no
things are going to
point in
work
doing that.
out. Yeah,
Yes, that's right.
there's not.
I have every confidence that it will myself. Okay, so I hope that you will move towards that which brings you joy in each moment that presents itself to you. I love you guys so much for showing up for us. I love you, Crystal, for this
Love you
whole
too.
idea. And I'm so glad that you asked me to do this tonight. And till next time, mwah, be well, everyone.